Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe.
Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe.
Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe.
Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe.
Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe.
Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Sri Radhe.
Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Shri Prabhupada ki Ananda Koti Vaishnavandi ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are celebrating the auspicious appearance day of Shri Varahadeva.
咁今日我哋係慶祝一個最好吉祥嘅日子咧，就係Varahadeva嘅一個顯現日子。
Varahadeva.
Varahadeva
Who is Varahadeva?
係邊一位咧？
The hog, the bow incarnation of the Lord.
呢個紅豬 Krishna 紅豬嘅一個化身。
What number of that incarnation is when we talk about the 10 main primary incarnations of the Lord? Which number is that?
咁我哋譬如主有咁多個化身嚟講，佢係第幾個化身咧？
Sorry? Third one.
第三
Yes.
第三位。
Third incarnation. So first one is?
第一個係邊一個？
Which one was the first one?
第一個係咩 ？Fish
Fish. Matsya.
Matsya
Matsya avatar.
Matsya 嘅化身。
Matsya. Second one?
第二個咧？
No. Hayagriva is not amongst the 10 incarnations.
Hayagriva 係唔響10個化身裏
The
邊，
10 main incarnations we are talking about, Hayagriva is not in that one.
因為10個化身裏邊，
He is amongst the 24.
佢係 Hayagriva 係24個化身裏面其中一個，就唔響呢10個主要化身入邊嘅。
Second one is Kurma, tortoise.
第二個嚟講係烏龜，Kuma。
Right? And the third one
第三個係邊個？
in that sequence is Varahadeva.
咁呢個次序嚟講，第三位嚟講 Varaha。
Yeah?
的是竹柱啊，松树，第三是第三。
So why did Varahadeva appear? Why did he appear?
點解 Varahadeva 會顯現呢？
To save the earth, to bring the earth from the depth of the Garbhodaka ocean.
佢係拯救地球啦，從佢響呢個印度最海底嗰度嚟講係扣翻佢上嚟嘅。
So in the Bhagavatam, the third canto, the conversation between Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vidur. So during that conversation, Maitreya Rishi, he explained to Mahatma Vidur about Varahadeva.
咁響聖典博加亞特第3篇咧，當 Maitreya 同 Vidura 之間嘅對話嚟講咧，咁 Maitreya 就會講到Varahadeva 嘅事蹟嘅。
How many times Varahadeva appeared? How many times did he appear?
Varahadeva 係曾經係顯現過幾多次咧？
2.
2次。
Very good.
好，
So when was that? Those 2 times.
呢2次係乜嘢？係邊段時間咧？
When was the first time he appeared?
第一次嚟講係邊段時間？
Your answer is right. You're right. Twice. So first time he appeared when Lord Brahma, he instructed his son Swayambhu Manu to procreate, to produce children, progeny. Right?
咁第一次嚟講咧，就係講到巴馬嚟講咧，佢想係繁衍後代嗰度嚟講啦。咁係話一般貓嗰時繁衍後代嗰時嚟講咧，嗰個第一次呢個Varahadeva 就顯現咗。
So Swayambhu Manu told Lord Brahma that I can have children, but where can I bring the children up? Where can they stay? There is no place to sustain.
咁跟住佢講到佢話Swayambhu Manu 就咁講啦，佢話我可以係幫你繁衍後代，但係邊有地方俾佢哋係住喺度咧？
So Lord Brahma also got a bit confused, where the earth had gone. He also could not understand at that time. So when he was confused, he was a bit anxious. What kind of answer can he give to Swayambhu Manu at that time? Varahadeva appeared from his nose.
咁佢當時嚟講咧，佢都喺度諗緊喺度啦，係喎，應該點樣解決呢個問題喺度咧？咁於是喺嗰陣時嚟講咧，喺個鼻哥嗰度嚟講就Varahadeva 就喺個鼻哥度走咗出嚟。
And at that time, the hue, the color, the complexion of that Varahadeva was white.
咁喺嗰次嘅一個顯現嚟講咧，Varahadeva 嘅顏色嚟講係白色嘅，
Shukra, white color.
係白色嘅。
In the song of 10 incarnations, Dasavatar, when we sing, so in that it comes, Shukra Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare.
咁喺我哋唱10個化身嗰首歌嚟講咧，有一段就係咁樣描述咧，就係講到佢個白色嘅紅珠。
For Nrsimhadev we say Narahari Rupa. For Varahadeva we say Shukra Rupa.
咁我哋稱第啲聲啲Narahari Rupa 咧，跟住 Shukra Rupa 嘅講佢。
So at that time his color was white.
喺嗰段時間嗰次嘅顯現嚟講，顏色係白色嘅。
Now the era, the time we are living in, this is called Shweta Varaha Kalpa. The day, 12 hours of Brahma is called Kalpa.
咁我包埋嘅日子嚟講就叫唔同嘅 Kalpa 喺度咯。
So this Kalpa is called Shweta Varaha Kalpa.
Shweta Kalpa，我哋呢個住緊呢個劫嚟，佢哋嘅 Kalpa 其實係佛教講叫做劫喺度啦。咁係喺呢個段時間。
When we do any rituals, any ceremonies, when we do the Sankalpa, at that time we say Shweta Varaha Kalpe Manvantara. Vaivashvata Manvantara.
咁佢講到呢個劫當中嚟講，有個唔同嘅 Manvantara 呢個人哋嘅祖先化身嚟講，我哋會做祭祀嗰時嚟講，會係念到出嚟嘅。
So one day, 12 hours of Lord Brahma is called Kalpa.
咁一日嘅Lord Brahma嘅日子嚟講係12個 Kalpa。
In that Kalpa, there are 14 Manvantaras.
咁喺嗰個 Kalpa 一個 Kalpa 嚟講咧，就有14個萬流。
So, to conclude that part, this is Shweta Varaha Kalpa.
咁而家我哋再講翻嚟講呢個總結嚟講 Shweta Kalpa， 我哋而家呢個劫呢個 Kalpa 嘅。
And the second time, Varahadeva appeared again from the nose of Lord Brahma.
咁第二次嘅顯現嚟講咧，
So that time his purpose was to kill Hiranyaksha.
咁第二次嘅顯現嚟講咧，就係嘅目的咧就係要殺呢個 Hiranyasha。
So first time when he appeared in the white complexion, he brought the earth and he placed the earth on the surface of the water.
咁佢第一顯然佢就將呢個地球嚟講咧，從水底嗰度係抬翻起身喺度擺喺個水面嗰度。
And the second time also, when that earth was again pushed down by Hiranyaksha, so Lord Varahadeva appeared. At that time, he appeared to bring the earth back to its original place and also to kill Hiranyaksha.
咁第一次嚟講，將個地球嚟講抬翻喺個原本嘅位置。第二次嚟講咧，地球亦都係俾Hiranyaksha整到落個海底嗰度啦。咁佢就將佢係抬翻上嚟嚟講咧，唔單止係咁樣，就殺埋Hiranyaksha嘅。
So because his second objective was to kill Hiranyaksha, first objective was to bring the earth back to its original place, and second objective was to kill Hiranyaksha. So because he had to kill Hiranyaksha, he became very angry.
咁因為佢呢次嚟講係有兩個目的，第一個目的嚟講就係將地球擺翻去原本嘅位置啦，同埋第二個目的嚟講就係要殺死啲Hiranyaksha。咁由於殺Hiranyaksha嚟講咧，佢變咗好憤怒，所以係變咗紅色嘅。
So because of the anger, his complexion became very red, like blood.
因為嗰陣時嚟講係好嬲喺度啦，好嬲嚟講，成個人變得好似通紅咁樣。
So that form of Varahadeva is called Rakta Varaha. Rakta means blood. Rakta Varaha.
咁佢顏色嚟講就好似血咁顏色喺度，所以叫 Rakta。
So Shweta Varaha and Rakta.
所以一個 Shweta 同埋一個 Rakta。
Now second time when he appeared, Lord Varahadeva appeared to kill Hiranyaksha. Who was Hiranyaksha?
咁第二次嚟講咧，佢要殺呢 Hiranyaksha。咁 Hiranyaksha 係邊一個咧
brother of Hiranyakashipu.
Brother of Hiranyakashipu. And who were these two brothers? Jay and Vijay. Originally, they were the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha.
咁 Hiranyakashipu 嚟講就係 Hiranyakashipu 嘅兄弟喺度啦。咁原本嚟講就喺 Vaikuntha 嗰度有兩個嘅守門住嘅門衛嚟嘅，守住門口嘅。
So why the doorkeepers, the devotees, great devotees of Lord Vishnu, why did they have to appear as demons?
咁呢兩位喺Vaikuntha守住門口嗰個奉獻者喺度啊！點解要係降臨呢個地球嚟講咧，變成一個惡魔咧？
Why did they appear as demons?
點解佢會變成一個惡魔咧？
四兄弟，然后他 in front of the 对 in front of the door， 他们两个人冒犯了
Cursed by Kumara.
Cursed by the four Kumaras, right?
係俾四駙馬兄弟嚟講係詛咒。
Now four Kumaras also are devotees, right?
咁但係呢四駙馬兄弟都係奉獻者嚟嘅喎。
So how come one group of four Kumaras, devotees, they curse the other group, two brothers who also were devotees? Why that situation arose?
點解會有咁嘅情況發生咧？呢一邊係奉獻者喺度，呢一班奉獻者係四個駙馬兄弟，而另一邊嚟講，為 Krishna 為Vaikuntha守住嗰兩門口嗰兩個，亦都係奉獻者。點解一班奉獻者會詛咒另一班奉獻者？會點解會咁樣咧？
One set of devotees cursing the other group of devotees, two brothers.
一班奉獻者嚟講，佢詛咒另一班奉獻者，點解會咁？
And that also in the Vaikuntha planet.
而且呢啲係發生喺Vaikuntha無憂星嗰度。
Vaikuntha means without any anxiety, without any anger, right?
無憂星Vaikuntha嘅意思就係無憂星，冇任何嘅憂慮啊，冇。
So how come both sides were angry at each other?
點解會之間嚟講突然之間會係發生好嬲啊、憤怒喺度咧？
好像是为了 Krishna 在物质世界的逍遥时光。
Because Krishna want to perform his pastime in this material world.
Very good. Yes, Krishna wanted to perform the pastime in this material world. What kind of pastime did he want to perform?
咁冇錯啦 ，Krishna 係想喺呢個世界上演呢個逍遙時光。咁 Krishna 想上演啲咩逍遙時光咧？
打架
Fighting. So he had the desire to fight.
因為 Krishna 有個慾望係想係同人打交啊。
He had desire to fight, so he chose his devotees as his rivals.
所以 Krishna 嚟講咧，揀咗一個奉獻者嚟講咧，變咗佢嘅對手。
You know, when Lord wants to fight, he will choose a person who was of that level, that caliber, right? He will not choose us to fight with, right?
因為主嚟講，如果佢想係打鬥嚟講咧，一定要揾個同翻咁上下咁嘅身份嘅人先可以同佢打，佢唔會揀好似我哋呢啲咁同佢打咁。
We may want to fight with him, but he's not interested.
或者我哋想同佢打，但係 Krishna 冇興趣對我哋。
Right? If anything goes wrong in our life, how much we complain to him.
咁好似譬如我哋一生嚟講咧，我哋成日同佢識向 Krishna 係投訴喺度咯。
He will listen to our complaints provided we become his devotees.
咁 Krishna 會嚟講係聽我哋嗰個投訴喺度，除非咧我哋係成為個奉獻者喺度。
So if we are not his devotees, no matter how much we complain to him, he is not interested.
咁如果除非我哋係成為個奉獻者喺度啦，如果我哋唔係個奉獻者嚟講咧，無論你點樣同 Krishna 係投訴啊嚟講咧 ，Krishna 都未必係有興趣。
But when we try, when we aspire, when we put little bit of effort to become his devotees, even though we don't become his devotees, but we are making an effort, when he sees the sincere efforts by people to become his devotees, then he considered those people, even they are not fully devotees, he considers out of his mercy, causes mercy, such devotees also struggling as his devotees.
咁即使一個人嚟講咧，仲未完全係成為完全係變成 Krishna 奉獻者，但係只要佢盡佢嘅努力或者有些少嘅慾望想成為 Krishna 奉獻者嚟講咧 ，Krishna 嚟講咧會係聆聽佢啦，係幫佢達成佢嘅願望度嘅。
So he's not looking for perfection.
Krishna 嚟講咧唔係話想係
We cannot be a perfect devotees.
唔係話我哋係馬上可以變成一個完美嘅奉獻者喺度。
But he focuses on our sincere effort.
而 Krishna 嚟講會係集中喺我哋有幾真誠喺度。
So that effort has to be sincere.
所以呢方面嚟講，我哋係盡我哋嘅努力喺度做到。
So the incident happened, how these two brothers, Jay and Vijay, they were cursed because Kumaras, they went to the Vaikuntha planet to have darshan, association of Lord Vishnu.
咁事件係點樣發生嘅咧？就係呢四位兄弟嚟講咧，一齊去維觀頭嗰度嚟講咧，係想係見至尊主喺度叫 Vishnu 嘅。
In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very elaborate explanation is given about the Vaikuntha planet.
咁喺莫加亞談嘅第3篇嚟講咧，對呢個維觀頭呢個妙有仙嚟講個描述咧好詳盡。
So four Kumaras, they crossed the 6 gates of the Vaikuntha planet.
咁講到咧，呢四位兄弟嚟講咧，係經過6重嘅6道門喺度啊，咁去到嚟講第7道門嗰度係。
At the 7th gate, they were stopped by these two brothers.
咁但係去到第7道門嗰度嚟講咧，就係俾呢兩兄Jai 兩兄弟嚟講係截住。
So now what does it signify?
咁究竟嚟講
What does it imply?
係嚟講係特別係展示咗啲乜嘢出嚟咧？講啲證明咗啲咩出嚟咧？
You know, before Lord Balaram appeared in the womb of Mother Devaki, 6 brothers were killed.
咁當 Balaram 嚟講顯現喺媽媽個肚嗰度嚟講咧，係有6個係兄弟之前嚟講係流產就死咗喺度。
Right? So in the material world, these are the 6 vices, we say.
咁其實我哋講6樣嘢嚟講咧，就係物質世界嗰6種嘅一個罪惡喺度。
So in the spiritual world also, you know, devotees, when they qualify to become liberated, they can cross the 6 gates of virtues, 6 virtues. But at the end, 7th gate, they are stopped.
咁所以奉者個嚟講喺呢個靈性世界嚟講，你會經過呢6個嘅完美個德行喺度啊，呢啲6道門嚟講咧，去到第7道門嚟講就停咗。
Now here, at the 7th gate, these 4 Kumaras were stopped by 2 brothers.
咁但係呢第7道門嚟講咧，就係俾呢兩兄弟嚟講咧係截住咗嘅呢4位兄弟。
So it may not happen with everyone that those devotees who qualify to go to Vaikuntha planet, they will be stopped by these 2 brothers. There may be different situation.
咁當然啦，唔係話全部一定所有人嚟講都會俾佢截住喺度嘅，但係每一個人嚟講有一個特別嘅情況喺度嘅而家。
So 4 Kumaras, they became very upset, very disappointed. You know, how come the devotees of the Lord stopping others who want to see the Lord?
咁於是呢4位兄弟富立兄弟嚟講就覺得佢覺得好失望，好唔開心喺度。佢話點解呢兩兄弟嚟講係截住一個人，呢個人係想見至尊主，點解唔俾佢去咧？ Normally
the devotees, they help even non-devotees also to come to the Lord, to come to the temple.
因為通常奉獻者嚟講，佢係幫一啲即使你唔係奉獻者咧，都幫佢嚟到廟嗰度嚟講，希望佢係見到主。
Even those people who are not interested, the devotees persuade them, inspire them to come to the temple.
咁即使一啲人嚟講係或者係冇興趣到啦，但係佢係幫啲人嚟講咧，點樣係去到係見到主喺度。
But here, 4 Kumaras, devotees, they want to see the Lord and the other devotees are stopping them.
咁但係相反嚟講，而家呢4位富立馬兄弟嚟講咧，佢哋係想去見至尊主，但係俾其他2位奉獻者係截住咗，唔俾佢哋見。
So 4 Kumaras got upset and they told them that you don't qualify, you don't deserve to live in this Vaikuntha planet.
咁於是呢四位兄弟富林兄弟就係咁講到，佢唔開心喺度啦，就講喂，其實呢兩個人嚟講係冇資格係留響呢個Vaikuntha嗰度，
You are discriminating. You are behaving like people who live in the material world.
因為你已經係有個區別喺度啊，有個區別嚟講就好似物質世界嚟講咧係有個區別分別心啊喺度，
So you should fall
所以
down
你
and go to the material world.
你應該係跌翻落嚟啦，係去翻呢個物質世界。
So when Lord Vishnu, he heard about the whole incident, he came running at the gate.
咁當 Vishnu 係聽到呢樣發生嚟講，馬上我就行到去個閘嗰度。
And he said, on behalf of my doorkeepers, my devotees, in a way, they are my employees, I am the employer, I take the full responsibility of their mistake.
咁因為主嚟講係話，因為呢兩兄弟嚟講咧，其實係好似我係老細，佢係我嘅請翻嚟嘅人一樣喺度啦。咁佢哋發生嚟講咧，我完全係負責嘅。
And Lord Vishnu is praising, admiring, appreciating his devotees.
咁主嚟講咧係好欣賞喺度啦，係榮耀緊呢個奉獻者喺度。
He said that my feet become worshipable because they are worshipped by my devotees.
佢話點解我蓮花足嚟講你受人崇拜嚟講咧？因為我蓮花足嚟講係受到奉獻者嘅崇拜。
I don't have my own virtue. Because my devotees are worshipping me, I become worshipable.
因為其實我冇咁嘅德行嚟講，可以接受崇拜喺度嘅。由於我奉獻者崇拜我喺度，所以我有咁嘅資格嚟講，我接受崇拜。
So he asks for forgiveness from four Kumaras on behalf of Jay and Vijay.
咁於是嚟講，佢就親身咧向呢個代表咧 Jai Vijay 啲兄弟嚟講，就向四駙馬兄弟嚟講係道歉嘅。
So four Kumaras felt very embarrassed. You know, this is the nature of a devotee. If somebody else asks for forgiveness, then the person who is very humble, he will feel very embarrassed. You know, how come the other person is asking for forgiveness?
所以呢個就係奉獻者個心態喺度。咁當一個人如果係覺得佢自己要負責任向佢講翻係道歉嗰陣時嚟講，佢反而覺得係唔好意思，覺得係好尷尬喺度。點解係要向我道歉喺度？
So then four Kumaras beg for forgiveness from Lord Vishnu.
咁反而咁調翻轉嚟講，呢四兄弟嚟講咧，就向翻Vishnu 嚟講咧，請求佢嗰個原諒喺度。
And they said, you know, because we created the situation that you have to come and ask for forgiveness, so please forgive us for creating that situation.
咁於是就覺得就係由於我哋係令到呢件事發生喺度啦，而家主要向我係道歉喺度，所以佢為咗呢件事嚟講咧，佢就向翻主嚟講請求佢原諒，佢向佢道歉。
And they said very genuinely, we are asking for forgiveness. Now this is very important what they said, without any duplicity.
咁你記住呢係好真誠喺度嘅，一啲嘅一個虛假喺度嘅欺騙嘅成分都係冇喺度，好真心嘅。
That means they were very genuine. They were not pretending.
意思佢哋唔係扮緊喺度，而係好真心係做。
Most of us we pretend, right?
我哋好多時講都係假裝喺度做啲嘢係扮出嚟嘅咯。
We offend to someone, then we pretend to ask for forgiveness.
好似譬如我哋係冒犯咗某啲人啦，咁我哋係請佢原諒我哋喺度咯。
Because our ego is very strong.
因為好多時我哋嘅假我係好重喺度。
And we are not so honest. We are not so frank.
咁我哋其實唔係好坦白或者唔係好真心喺度。
So then we pretend to ask for forgiveness.
咁於是嚟講，我哋向佢哋講，希望佢請求佢原諒我哋咯。
You know, I just want to share examples. Supposing this shows, you know, how arrogant, how egoistic we can be. Now in our devotee community, it's like a norm. You know, when we see someone or we send any message, we say, please accept our humble obeisances, right? 咁
好似譬如睇我哋係幾咁知係叫做係覺得自己好似好高傲咁樣，好似譬如喺我哋個奉獻者群組嗰時，我哋係 send 發啲咁嘅信息出去俾人度啦。咁我哋信息入邊嗰度會提到嚟講就係請接受我虔敬嘅頂拜。
And most of the time we don't mean it.
咁其實我哋就即使我哋咁樣寫嚟講，其實係冇意思嘅。
It's a formality. We just say like that.
我哋淨係一個好似喺呢個形式上嗰度，我哋係咁樣寫出嚟喺度。
Supposing if we say someone, please accept my humble obeisances, the person says, no, I don't want to accept. How would we feel?
咁好似譬如當你咁樣寫嗰陣時嚟講，譬如話請接受我虔誠嘅頂拜，而接受你嗰人嚟講，我唔想接受你嘅頂拜，你個頂拜喺度，你會點樣諗？你會點感受係點？
We feel so offended, right? We feel so upset. How come, you're saying like this?
佢點解會咁樣到？我話請你接受我虔誠頂拜，而家你同我講話嚟講，我唔接受你嘅頂拜喺度，點解佢會咁樣？我會覺得好受到冒犯咁樣。
Our ego gets hurt.
咁我哋嗰個假我咧就係受到傷害。
So because we are not genuine when we say, please accept my humble obeisances, and if somebody says no, we immediately feel offended.
因為我哋講咧係唔係真心咁樣去做出你講翻説話嘅人接受我哋頂拜，所以當我哋係講話唔需要嗰陣時嚟講咧，我哋覺得好似有種冒犯喺度。
If we were sincere, we were genuine. If the person says no, then we won't feel offended.
咁當如果我哋係真心係講出呢番説話係向人哋頂拜嗰陣時嚟講咧，而對方嚟講唔接受嗰陣時嚟講，我哋唔會覺得係乜有事喺度。
So the Kumaras told Lord Vishnu, without any duplicity, without any pretense, sincerely, we are begging for your mercy. We are asking for forgiveness.
所以四父馬兄弟嚟講就向主 Vishnu 咁講到，我係好真心咁樣向你嚟講係請求你嘅原諒。
So because they were genuine, so when Lord Vishnu asked them to make some kind of adjustment in the curse, he said, your curse will not go in vain. But you make some adjustment in that.
咁但係主又同佢講話，你個詛咒嚟講咧係唔會係白白咁樣係冇咗喺度，一定會發生喺度。但係你可唔可以將呢個詛咒嚟講做一啲嘅調整喺度？
Because the Lord, he also cannot stay away from his devotees for a very long time.
因為主嚟講咧，亦都唔會係長期嚟講話係限制奉者係好長嘅時間係做啲乜嘢。
He cannot tolerate the separation from his devotees.
佢唔可以嚟講係忍受同佢嘅奉獻者咧分離得太耐喺度。
That's why, in Govardhan Leela, when Lord Indra, he poured so much of rain, right? For 7 days, 7 nights, Lord Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill on the nail of his little finger, not even the little finger, tip of the finger, nail. For 7 days, 7 nights he was holding it, and all the Vrijavasis, not only the cowherd boys, cowherd men, gopis, but even all the animals, plants, creatures, all the kind of living beings, they were there.
咁就好似 Krishna 一個舉起哥法丹山嗰個燒時光度咧，當 Krishna 舉起座山7日7夜嗰陣時嚟講咧，所有嘅居民喺度，唔單止係人類，喺所有動物嚟講咧，都係喺呢個山嘅下邊嗰度係託俾呢座山喺度同 Krishna 一齊嘅。
And before that, Lord Brahma also tried to, test Lord Krishna. Brahma Vimoma or some more Leela. So he had stolen the cowherd boys and calves and took them to Brahmaloka.
咁除咗Lord Indra 係做過呢個即係落黃河大雨係喺呢個江丹嚟講咧，咁另一個嚟講 Lord Brahma 嚟講亦都係偷走 Krishna 啲牛喺度啊，啲牧牛童咧係將佢哋係帶牧牛童帶到呢個 Brahma 嗰個星球嗰度。
And Krishna expanded himself in the forms of cowherd boys and the calves.
Krishna 將自己係擴展成為其他嘅牧牛童喺度。
So according to the Brahma's calculation, it was only few seconds, few moments.
根據婆羅摩 Brahma 嘅時間嚟講，其實係得幾秒發生係幾秒嘅時間嘅。
But according to the time calculation on the Earth planet, it was 1 year.
但係相反嚟講，喺地球嚟講計算嚟講咧，已經係過咗1年嘅時間。
So Brahma was puzzled.
咁 Brahma 嚟講，你覺得好疑惑喺度。
When he saw that, the cowherd boys and cows which he had stolen, same forms he saw with Krishna.
但係見到嚟講，同一班嘅牧牛童嚟講，亦係響度，因為佢偷晒，其實佢已經偷走晒呢啲咁嘅牧牛童。
So Brahma then he realized his mistake.
咁 Lord Brahma 咧就知道佢自己係犯咗錯。
And he brought all the calves and cowherd boys and he came in front of Krishna, asked for forgiveness, and he offered very nice prayers to Lord Krishna.
咁於是就帶翻還翻所有嘅牧牛童嘅牛就俾 Krishna 喺度啦，然後跟住佢係亦都係獻上好靚嘅禱文。
Krishna did not even look at him.
而 Krishna 都係冇睇到佢。
Now here, Lord Indra, he created like the situation of devastation, so much rain, and all the living beings in Brajamandala, they were affected.
咁天帝因陀羅嚟講咧，係做咁嘅滂沱大雨、毀滅性嘅雨嚟講咧，而令到所有嘅居民啲生物嚟講都係託付於 Krishna 喺度。
And when Lord Indra realized his mistake, he came with Surabhi cow and did the Abhishek of Lord Krishna and offered nice prayers. Krishna was so pleased.
咁當Indra 天帝嚟講帶Surabhi cow 喺度要供送啲牛奶為 Krishna 係沐浴嗰陣時嚟講，向 Krishna 好問嘅時咧 ，Krishna 係十分之開心。
And Krishna blessed him and promised him that, during the Kurukshetra war, Krishna will protect his son. Arjuna is Indra's son, right?
咁 Krishna 就答應佢嚟講咧，佢話喺呢個 Kurukshetra 婦兒之夜嚟講咧，我會係保護你嘅兒子，因為我哋知道Arjuna嚟嘅就係 Indra 嘅天帝因陀羅嘅仔。
So if we compare the two offense committed by Lord Brahma and offense committed by Lord Indra, the severity of the offense committed by Indra was much more, because he affected all the living beings, and Brahma only stole covered boys and calves, right? So if we see the severity of the offense, Brahma's offense was less severe, less grave, and he offered so many prayers, but Krishna didn't bother.
咁但係你睇到嚟講，其實兩個譬如 Lord Brahma 同埋 Lord 呢個天地一族嚟兩個冒犯嚟講咧 ，Indra 做嘅冒犯係更加係嚴重過 Lord Brahma，因為 Lord Brahma 就係講淨係偷咗一群嘅牛喺度，但係當 Lord Brahma 嗰時啲同牛同我啲牛喺度，但係 Lord Brahma 當俾禱告嗰時 ，Krishna 嚟講係冇理佢喺度。
But Lord Indra, he committed a grave mistake, very big offense, affecting all the living beings in Brajamandala. But still Krishna was pleased.
但係反而相反 ，Lord Indra 嚟講，佢所做嘅一個嚴重嘅冒犯，令到係影響到所有嘅居民啊，所有嘅生物係喺嗰個Vrindavan嗰度嚟講。但係當係 Krishna 禱告，Krishna 係好開心。
Why was that?
點解會係咁樣
Why did Krishna, his reaction, his reciprocation was so different?
咁點解 Krishna 嘅反應 ，Krishna 嘅回響嚟講，即係
And compared to Lord Indra, Brahma's position is much, much higher.
咁當 Lord Brahma 比 Indra 嚟講嘅地位嚟講咧，係比更加高喺度嘅。點解 Krishna 有唔同嘅反應咧？對呢兩位
In Brahma's 12 hours, 14 Indras change.
咁喺Lord Brahma 嚟講有14個Indra 會改變嘅。
So, when we speak from the perspective of the duration of life, Brahma lives much, much longer than Lord Indra.
咁我哋如果講壽命嚟講咧，Lord Brahma 嘅壽命嚟講咧，係比 Indra 嚟講係長得好多好多。
So Brahma's position is higher, lifespan is more, and he offered more prayers to Lord Krishna, and his offense was less than Indra's. And Indra had committed more offense, but he offered very few prayers, and Krishna was pleased.
但係你睇到 Lord Brahma 嚟講壽命比較長，地位亦都係高喺度啦。咁佢嘅冒犯嚟講係冇咁重喺度，而係俾嘅土物亦都係好長篇喺度嘅。但係相反嚟講 ，Lord Indra 嚟講咧，你冒犯嚟講好嚴重。
So why was that?
土物好短咧，但係 Krishna 好開心啊！點解會咁樣度咧
Because Brahma separated the devotee from
Absolutely, yes. Because Brahma caused a separation between Krishna and his devotees. And because of Indra's offense, everybody came close to Krishna.
情況嚟講就係 Lord Brahma 嚟講咧，令到 Krishna 同佢嘅奉獻者係分開咗喺度，而 Indra 嚟講咧係將所有奉獻者係帶到 Krishna 同 Krishna 一齊喺度嘅。
So when Krishna sees that if somebody is causing separation between him and his devotee, no matter who that person, even Lord Brahma, he doesn't care.
所以當Krishna 知道呢個人將佢嘅奉獻者同佢身邊嚟講喺拉走嗰時嚟講咧，佢會好唔高興，即使你係個 Lord Brahma 咁高嘅位置嚟講，佢都唔高興。
And if someone brings his devotees close to Krishna, Krishna is so pleased with it.
如果 Krishna 將一啲奉獻者嚟講拉到 Krishna 喺 Krishna 身邊嗰時 ，Krishna 十分之開心。
So Lord Vishnu told four Kumaras that I cannot stay away from my devotees, doorkeepers, so you make some adjustment in your curse.
所以 Krishna 咧就同 Four Kumara 四兄弟咁講到啦，佢話我唔可以同我嘅奉獻者係分得太開，即係分手得太耐喺度啊。咁你可唔可以將你嘅詛咒嚟講有些少嘅調整？
So four Kumaras also very intelligent. They did not make any final decision. They said, we give options to them. Let them decide what they want. 7 births, they can come to the material world and be your devotees. They were telling Lord Vishnu, be your devotees, or they can take 3 births and become your enemies.
咁就四父兄弟嚟講咧好聰明喺度，係不如俾佢哋自己選擇翻喺度啦。咁佢哋可以做7世嘅一個奉獻者喺度，然後翻你身邊；又或者淨係做3世嘅惡魔嚟講咧，就可以翻到你身邊喺度。咁由佢哋自己決定。
If we are given this kind of options, which option will go for?
咁如果我哋有俾你咁嘅揀嚟講咧，通常你會揀咩嘢咧
？7 births to stay as Krishna's devotees, and 3 births to become his enemies.
7世嚟講咧係做佢嘅奉獻者喺度，而3世嚟講咧做佢惡魔嚟講。
7 births, right? How many of you say 7 births?
邊個係會揀7世做奉獻者嘅？有邊個
Only one person?
只一個人，
Others say you want to become enemies
或者
of
你
Krishna.
你想變成 Krishna 嘅敵人？
Yes? Why?
點解？
can fight to Krishna. Yes, interesting, exciting.
I only think it is fastest way. Three times and
Yes. Yes. But see, when you said about fighting, if it is our desire to fight with Krishna, That's not good. If Krishna's desire is like that, that we should fight or anybody to fight with him, then we need to uphold that desire. We need to fulfill the desire of Krishna, not our desire.
佢話我哋應該咁樣諗喺度，唔係話我哋想同 Krishna 打，而係應該就係諗就係 Krishna 想打，所以我哋係滿足 Krishna 慾望，我哋同 Krishna 打，唔係話我哋想同 Krishna 打喺度。
Actually, originally the desire of these two brothers was to become his devotees only in the material world. Do the same thing what they were doing in the Vaikuntha planet.
所以其實呢兩兄弟嚟講，即使嚟到物質世界變成係呢個惡魔嘅敵人都好多，其實都係服務緊 Krishna，就好似喺靈性世界服務緊 Krishna 一樣。
But because it was Krishna's desire, Lord Vishnu's desire to fight, so he inspired as Chaitya Guru, Paramatma, he inspired them to choose the second option to become enemies of Krishna and take 3 births.
咁由於咧呢個係佢係 Krishna 一個願望 ，Krishna 係想係同人打喺度，咁所以 Krishna 佢心中嘅超靈啦，Chaitya Guru 就係俾一個願望，俾一個嘅靈感俾佢哋，等佢哋揀第二個喺度，想成為惡魔同 Krishna 打呢個 Krishna 嘅願望嚟嘅。
And the second reason also what she said, that they wanted to go back to Vaikuntha planet and resume their service as quick as possible.
咁所以同樣嚟講，就好似呢個奉獻者咁講到啦，咁佢哋係想係想盡快做好佢哋嘅完成佢哋個 Krishna 嘅服務嚟講咧，快啲翻返去 Krishna 身邊嗰度。
The material world is such. What to speak of devotees of Krishna like Jay and Vijay? Krishna himself also when he comes, he doesn't want to stay here for too long.
咁物質世界嚟講咧，咁係唔想係停留太耐喺度啦。即係就算 Krishna 嘅奉獻者，你唔想係停留太耐喺度，甚至乎 Krishna 嚟講都唔想停留太耐喺度。
We want to stay here longer. As long as our life is comfortable, we want to stay here longer.
但係對相反嚟講咧，我哋只係覺得好舒服咁樣咧，我哋係想係越耐越好喺度停下來喺度。
Only the desire to go back to Krishna becomes stronger when we are in a miserable situation.
咁當我哋係點會喺情況嚟講，會係對翻返 Krishna 嘅身邊會慾望大啲，就係當我哋喺痛苦嘅狀態之下咧，我哋先有好強烈嘅慾望想翻返 Krishna 嗰度。
During the miserable situation, our devotion becomes more sincere.
當我哋係越喺痛苦嘅狀態嚟講咧，我哋做嘅奉獻服務咧，先更加係真心真誠嘅。
But that kind of sincerity is very temporary.
但係呢種咁嘅真誠嚟講咧，可能好短暫。
Once we come out from that situation, then back to square
當我
one.
哋嘅問題咧，我哋痛苦解決咗之後嚟講咧，我哋回復翻我哋嘅原來嗰個心態嚟講，乜都唔記得。
Once one disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he said, Prabhupada, please bless me that, I take birth in this material world again and again and preach.
咁有一次個奉獻者咁同泡泡講到咧，泡泡你請俾我個祝福喺度啦，我想係再次投生，重複投生物質世界嚟講咧，就係傳教。
So please give me your blessings.
等陣話你請你俾我呢個祝福啦。
Prabhupada said, no, I won't give you that kind of blessing.
咁泡泡我唔會俾呢咁樣嘅祝福俾你。
I want you to go back to Krishna Loka.
泡泡我想你翻返去 Krishna 嘅居所。
But he said, but you only said, even if we go to hell, if we are preaching, then, there's no problem.
咁但係
If we go to hellish planet also, as long as we get the opportunity to preach, we should not hesitate to go to hellish planet also.
咁佢話，即使我哋去到呢個地獄咁嘅星宿嗰度嚟講，即係傳教嗰度啦。咁如果有機會，我哋就喺傳教嚟講，我哋應該唔好猶豫係走去傳教。
So I'm just asking you that I want to come back to the earth planet and preach.
但係你就問我哋講，我想翻返呢個地球嚟講係傳教嗰度。
Prabhupada said, no, I don't trust you.
咁泡泡嚟講，我唔會俾咁嘅祝福俾你。
He said, because you have done some devotional service in this lifetime, and if you qualify to take birth again as a human being, even as a devotee also, Krishna will give you so many nice amenities, facilities in the material world, you will get bewildered.
咁係因為當你做好多奉獻服務喺度咧，如果你係離開世之後，再次有機會投身呢個物質世界嚟講啦 ，Krishna 俾好多嘅一個條件你，好多個祝福嚟講啦，令到你嚟講你會係受到迷惑喺度嘅。
So you will get entangled.
你會更加係纏繞啊，捆綁
in the material activities.
喺物質嘅活動更加係捆綁得犀利嘅。
So slowly your devotional activities will be less and less, material activities will be more and more.
變咗你個奉獻嘅活動嘅奉獻服務嚟講，會越做越少，而物質方面嘅物質活動嚟講咧，會係越嚟越多。
So for that reason, I don't want anybody to come back to this material world.
所以咁嘅原因之下咧，我唔想你任何人嚟講再次翻返你物質世界。
And then the devotee asks for forgiveness.
咁於是個奉獻者嚟講就係請個泡泡係原諒。
So when Kumaras gave that option, because they were inspired, Jay and Vijay, they were inspired by Lord Vishnu himself to become his enemies, because Lord Vishnu wanted to fight.
咁由於係主 Vishnu 嚟講係想佢嘅奉獻者成為佢嘅敵人嚟度啦，咁由於咁情況嚟講，所以四駙馬肯定嚟講會係作出咁嘅詛咒喺度。
So once in that kind of discussion was happening long time ago. So I just brought this point up, Lord Vishnu, because if he has desire to fight, he can still fight, right? He can fight with his wife, Lakshmi.
咁有一次即係我咁樣講啦，有個咁嘅人問會咁諗就係話如果主 Vishnu 佢係想打嚟講咧，咁其實係同邊個打都得喺度，可以同佢太太 Lakshmi 打都得㗎。
But if he fights with Lakshmi, he can never win.
咁但係如果同 Lakshmi 打嚟，佢永遠都唔會贏到佢。
But if he fights with other idols, he can win.
但係當佢同佢嘅奉獻者打嚟講，佢會贏嘅奉獻者。
為什麼？
因為佢太太嚟㗎嘛，Lakshmi。
Right? So he inspired Jay and Vijay to become his rivals, become demons, great demons, and come to the material world.
所以咁嘅情況之下，就安排佢嘅奉獻者變成個惡魔咧，嚟到物質世界同佢打喺度。
So first birth, these two brothers they became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu.
咁第一世嚟講咧，佢就係成為咗 Hiranyasura 同埋 Hiranyakasipu，
Very powerful.
係好犀利、好有力量。
Almost like, they became like immortal, almost.
咁差唔多佢哋變到嚟講係永生係唔會死喺度。
So when the power is not associated with compassion, that can become very dangerous.
但係當然呢啲咁嘅力量嚟講咧，唔搭伴隨住你有一個叫做係憐憫心喺度慈悲嚟講咧，就會好危險啊。
So Hiranyaksha, because he became so powerful, he defeated everybody. He defeated all the demigods.
咁由於 Hiranyasura 嚟講係好犀利喺度啦，佢能夠係打敗晒所有嘅半神人。
Then to prove his power, to use his strength, he was going around all the planets to find someone to fight with.
如果佢想證明佢自己力量係幾咁之犀利喺度，於是佢係走勻整個宇宙嚟講咧，係想揾一個人嚟講係同佢抗衡，同佢打，同佢一對對打嘅。
So because he could not find anybody on the land, on the earth, he pushed the earth out of anger to the Garbhodaka, to the shore, the bottom of Garbhodaka ocean.
咁由於佢係喺地球上面嗰度揾唔到任何嘅對手，於是佢好嬲喺度，將個地球嚟講拱到抌到落呢個震旦之洋最底嘅水底嗰度。
And then he went to Varahadeva, the Lord of Ocean.
咁於是佢走呢個係呢個海洋嘅一個水神嗰度，海神嗰度。
Because he could not find anybody to fight with on the land, so he went to the water.
咁由於佢喺陸地嗰度，地球嗰度揾唔到對手，於是走去海嗰度嚟講係揾對手。
And see the demoniac mentality. He wanted to fight, but he's begging, please, Varahadeva, please fight with me.
咁你睇到咁邪惡嘅心態喺度啊，因為係好想去打交喺度啊。咁於是嚟講就去到海嗰度揾海神嚟講，請你同我打啦。
So Varahadeva said, what kind of strange man this, He wants to fight, but he's asking for, very humbly he's asking to fight.
但係佢話呢個咁怪嘅人喺度嚟講，係好想打交喺度，但係請人哋同佢一齊，求人哋同佢打喺度。
So Varahadeva told him, I'm very old. If I fight with you and you defeat me also, it will not suit you. It will not give any fame because I'm already old.
咁因為海神 Varuna 就咁同佢講到啦，喂，年紀已經咁大喺度，有咁嘅年紀喺度啦。咁如果你係打贏咗我嚟講咧，對你嘅聲望嚟講都唔會有大幫助喺度啊。
So better you go and fight with Lord Vishnu.
咁於是不如你就係揾主 Vishnu 打啦。
So then he asked, Hiranyaksha asked, where can I find him?
咁於是就問佢我喺邊度可以揾到主 Vishnu？
See, he is a devotee of the Lord. He knows, right? He knew where to find, but he's asking Varahadeva where to find him.
咁其實佢知道主 Vishnu 係喺邊度嘅，但係佢因為佢係主嘅奉獻者喺度咧，反而佢就問 Varuna 呢個海神嚟講係主喺邊度？
So Varahadeva told him that you can find him in the Vaikuntha planet, but you cannot go there.
咁佢就講話你可以去維觀塔嗰度揾主喺度，但係你去唔到嗰度。
You have the power to capture the whole material creation, but you're not qualified to go to the spiritual world.
佢話你可以控制晒整個物質嘅宇宙喺度，但係你唔可以，或者你冇咁嘅智慧去到靈性世界。
So Hiranyaksha started creating more troubles for the devotees because he thought that if I torture the devotees, then definitely to protect his devotees, Lord Vishnu himself will come.
咁耶穌咁諗喺度，如果我係折磨佢嘅奉獻者嚟講咧，咁佢好犀利嗰陣時嚟講，肯定主會係降臨嚟講係保護佢嘅奉獻者。
So when demigods they were tortured, they were feeling so miserable, they prayed to Lord Brahma.
咁於是奉獻者嚟講咧，啲奉獻者啲半神人嚟講咧，俾呢個惡魔咧折磨得好犀利嗰陣時，於是就向 Lord Brahma 主 Brahma 禱告。
And on the earth planet, when any rituals are done, ceremonies are done, the ceremonies, they give strength to the demigods.
因為呢個地球嚟講，地球上面嘅人做一啲咁嘅祭祀嚟講咧，當佢嘅祭祀嚟講，其實係俾啲半神人嘅力量。
So because the earth was not there, the living beings could not do any kind of ceremonies, perform any yagyas or something. So demigods they become very weak.
咁由於個地球嚟講，已經俾佢跌咗落個水底嗰度嚟講咧，而啲地球上嘅生物嚟講唔可以做祭祀犧牲嗰度，變咗令到啲半神嚟講咧，啲力量嚟講係慢慢變弱。
So when they prayed to Lord Brahma, Brahma also was thinking how to resolve their problem, how to solve their problem.
咁於是當佢哋向 Lord Brahma 禱告嗰時講咧，Lord Brahma 都諗緊嚟講係點樣可以解決嘅問題。
And that time again, Varahadeva appeared from his nose.
咁於是向佢話住啦就響個鼻哥嗰度走出嚟。
Now, why did Lord appear as Varahadeva, not like elephant?
點解主嚟講咧會以一個紅豬 Varahadeva 顯現，而唔以一隻大笨象咁嘅形象顯現咧
Normally, if we see the amongst animals, elephant is worship, right? Elephant position is higher, and Vara, can say boar or pig, very dirty.
咁因為響人嘅印象嚟講咧，大笨象嚟講係比較係高級啲喺度啦，有力啲喺度啦，咁又亦都有受人崇拜喺度。反而相反嚟講，係豬嚟講，啲人覺得好污糟喺度啊，冇人中意嘅。
He could have appeared as elephant, and then he could have lifted the earth with his tusk or the trunk.
咁主嚟講，其實佢可以係化身成一個大笨象，用佢個象鼻嚟講，將個地球嗰個捲上嚟喺度擺翻上去個原本位置嘅。
But he chose to appear as boar.
但係佢反而揀咗咧，係變成一個豬啊，一個豬紅豬一個化身，
Very dirty animal.
一係好比較污糟嘅一個好污糟嘅一個動物。
Why did he do that?
點解佢要咁做？
Because the bottom of the sea is dirty.
Yes, yes, that's one of the reasons. Yes.
其中一個原因嚟講係咪水底呢個水底嚟講好污糟啊？
就是猪的那个嗅觉，就是在那个粪便，就是很脏的地方，它的嗅觉能力。
They say the senses of smell is very, very powerful, so you can.
Yes. The boar, the pig, the sense of smell is stronger than that of animal. I mean, elephant.
因為係冇錯，豬嗰個嗅覺嚟講咧，係比大笨象嗰個嗅覺係靈敏好多。
So elephant can pull the trees, uproot the trees, but he cannot go deeper and dig.
咁因為大象嚟講，可以將一棵樹嚟講咧，連根拔起喺度啦，但係佢唔可以係向個地底嗰度咁掘落去嚟講，係揾啲嘢出嚟喺度。
And the Lord, by appearing in the boar form, He's also saying that, sometimes the mercy of the Lord, apparently it can come in a very dirty form. But it's the mercy of the Lord. Cannot come always the way we expect, the way we anticipate, the way we want.
因為主嘅仁慈嚟講，呢個無緣仁慈嚟講咧，唔一定係好似我哋嘅嗰個期望係咁樣嘅形式啊出現喺嗰度，或者有時佢一個比較係我哋睇上嚟佢比較污糟嘅一個形式係出現嘅。
Sometimes the situation, if we are qualified, that Lord creates a situation for us in the material world, apparently materially that situation can be very, very miserable, kind of very dirty. We feel very upset, very disgusted. But that's a blessing in disguise, we say.
因為有時嚟講咧，我主俾我哋嘅仁慈嚟講咧，喺我哋想象中、我哋期望之中嚟講咧，未必一定係感覺咁好喺度啊，或者好正規，或者好乾淨喺度，或者令到我哋係好痛苦喺度。呢個主有時以咁嘅形式俾仁慈我哋。
That miserable situation can bring us closer to Krishna.
因為呢種個令到我哋咁嘅痛苦嘅狀態底下咧，令到我哋係更加係接近係主。
So mercy cannot be always in glamorous way. Sometimes it can apparently look dirty, apparently. 因為有時主嘅一個仁慈嚟講，一定係一個好輝煌、好燦爛嘅一個形式係出現喺度，或者有時一個比較係污糟睇上比較污糟嘅一個形式出現。And why did Lord Varahadeva appear from the nostril of Lord Brahma? Like, Lord Shiva appeared in the Rudra from between the eyebrows of Lord Brahma.
咁點解會係從 Lord Brahma 嘅個鼻孔嗰度係會走出嚟喺度咧？而唔同其他地方就好似Lord Shiva 佢係從Lord Brahma 個眉心嗰度走出嚟嘅。
But Lord Krishna appeared as Varahadeva from the nostril. Actually, nostrils inside very dirty.
咁因為佢係從Lord Brahma 個鼻孔嗰出嚟引導嘅，因為鼻孔通常我哋咧係覺得比較係污糟嘅地方。
See, when whatever activities the Lord performs, we can learn so many things. There is so much of meaning behind.
因為主嘅一個出現喺度，或者主嘅降臨嚟講咧，有時嚟講係好多嘅意思喺入邊包含喺度。
So why did he appear from the nostril of Lord Brahma?
咁點解佢要係從 Lord Brahma 嗰個鼻孔嗰度出？
Not from the between the eyebrows, not from the head.
唔係喺個眉心嗰度啊，或者唔係喺個頭頂嗰度出嚟咧？
She just answered because the smell.
Because of the smell, yes. Because he had to bring the earth from the bottom of the ocean. And the earth is coincides with the smell, sense of smell.
咁因為點解頭先我哋講到嗰個嗅覺喺度啊？咁透過呢個地球屬於係屬土喺度，土嚟講咧就係連上一個叫做係嗅覺嗰個感官喺度嘅。
Right? So that's why he appeared from the nose of
所以
Lord
點
Brahma.
解嚟講佢係喺鼻孔嗰度出嚟？
And initially when he appeared, the size was the upper part of the thumb.
咁當佢出現嗰時嚟講咧，就好似係個手指公頭咁大細嘅啫。
Then he became very gigantic.
你跟住佢慢慢將佢自己擴展過。
Same like when he appeared like Varahadeva, very small, dwarf incarnation of Lord.
咁就好似Krishna 另一個化身 Varahadeva 開頭嚟講係一個係侏儒咁矮嘅化身喺度。
And very quickly he increased in size.
你跟住佢將佢自己個體型越嚟越擴展得好大。
And first he went inside, he digged. He digged that earth part, the bottom of the ocean, and then he brought the earth. And he put the earth on his tusk, on the tip of his tusk.
咁首先嚟講係掘啦，掘個水底嗰度嚟講咧，跟住掘出個地球喺度，跟住用佢自己個牙喺度啦，個牙喺度咧，將佢抬翻個地球抬翻上去。
So Bhumi Devi, she felt so comfortable.
咁呢個地球嘅化身呢個女神嚟講咧，係覺得十分之係好舒服咁。
She was not scared.
佢開始佢一啲都唔驚。
Seeing the gigantic form of the Lord and tusk, she was not scared because for the Lord, with his power, there was compassion.
咁佢即使見到主嚟講咁大嘅個化身呢個形象，佢一啲都係唔驚到，因為知道主嚟講係伴隨嚟講就係個仁慈嘅同埋一個憐憫嘅心。
So Lord Varahadeva went there and he digged that and then he placed the earth where it should be and then he fought with Hiranyaksha.
咁於是係主咧將個地球係掘翻上嚟啦，擺翻原本嘅位置啦，然後之後佢就同係一殺呢個惡魔係打上嚟。
So when he was fighting, Varahadeva was fighting with Hiranyaksha. Hiranyaksha was using very abusive language.
咁當Hiranyaksha 同埋呢個主打緊上嚟嗰陣時嚟講咧，Hiranyaksha嚟講都好多好粗俗、好冒犯嘅説話係向主講。
So apparently the words sounded like very abusive, but if we go at a deeper level, actually he was praising Varahadeva.
咁當你睇上表面上嚟講咧，好似係啲好嘅説話係冒犯緊主啊、鬧緊主喺度啦。但係如果你再分析嚟講，其實係佢字嘅背後嚟講咧，係讚美緊主嘅。
Like he told Varahadeva, I have never seen a strange creature like you.
咁就好似譬如講，佢話我未見過咁古怪嘅生物好似你咁。
You are so strange, very unimaginable.
咁佢話你係咁奇怪嚟講，咁係諗唔到你會咁嘅一個形象出現。
So Varahadeva said, of course, I am unimaginable. No, you will never find anybody who is like me.
咁當然啦，主要係你講，當然啦，你係想像唔到啦，你會想像唔到，因為我係冇一個人係可以諗係好似我咁樣嘅。
So in that way, initially they were fighting, but then the demigods prayed to Lord Varahadeva, don't waste too much time fighting with this man. Kill him immediately.
咁於是佢哋當係打喺度啦，咁一段時間之後嚟講咧，啲半神人就向主禱告嗰度，係唔好再嘥時間啦，快啲搞掂佢啦。
Now, because Varahadeva, he realized, that he is none other than one of the gatekeepers, Vijaya.
咁其實主一知道嚟講，其實呢個惡魔嚟講就係嗰兩個門衛啦，係佢嘅奉獻者。
So then he killed them.
咁於是佢就殺咗佢哋。
But now, we need to understand that why this Jaya and Vijaya, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they came in the form of demons. Why they became demons, though they were great devotees.
咁我哋就譬如亦都要咁諗下喺度啦。咁你兩位嚟講本身嚟講係主嘅奉獻者喺度啦，咁點解你會嚟到呢個地球嚟講係成為一個惡魔喺度咧？
They were the sons of
佢 佢哋係邊個個仔啊？
Who was their father?
佢爸爸係邊一個？
Kashyapa Muni.
卡士一班 Muni。
And the wife, the mother,
個媽媽係邊個？
Kashyapa Muni's wife, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyakashipu's mother, Diti.
爹哋，咁嘅馬嚟講叫爹哋。
So Diti, she approached her husband Kashyapa Muni at the time of sunset.
咁當佢爹哋咧就係去揾佢嘅丈夫嗰度啦。啱啱嗰陣時嘅係屬於近差唔多到黃昏嘅時分嗰度，佢就去揾佢丈夫，
requesting her husband to give her a child.
咁佢嗰陣時嚟講，佢求佢丈夫嚟講，可唔可以俾個小朋友俾我喺度？啱啱嗰陣時係黃昏嘅時間。
She said, my other sisters, who also were the wives of Kashyapa Muni, 12 of them, total 13 of them. So she said, other wives, they have children. I don't have. So please, as a husband, it's your duty to give me a child.
因為其實一般般嚟，除咗爹哋之外，佢仲有其他嘅太太喺度啦。其他太太都有仔女喺度啊。我冇喺度，你可以係俾個仔女我。
So Kashyapa Muni said that I will fulfill your desire, but wait for some time.
咁但係契士一般般嚟就同佢咁樣講到啦，我可以係滿足你喺度，俾小朋友喺度，但係可唔可以等一段時間先？
He was doing the Gayatri mantra chanting at that time
因為嗰陣時嚟講係念緊 Gayatri mantra 喺度，
because it was Shiva Muhurata.
因為嗰陣時嚟講係嗰陣時係叫 Shiva Muhurata。
You know, in the morning, one Muhurata 48 minutes before the sunrise is called Brahma Muhurata.
咁喺太陽起之前嚟講咧嘅48分鐘之前嚟講就叫做係 Brahma Muhurta。
And at the sunset time, it is called Shiva Muhurata.
咁喺夜晚太陽落山時嚟講咧就係叫做 Shiva Muhurta。
So he told his wife Diti that, at this time, Lord Shiva, riding on his carrier bull, he goes around with his associates, the ghosts, and he sees that if some couple, they are indulging into the physical procreation activities, he puts one of the ghosts who do not have the physical body into the womb of that woman.
因為喺嗰段時間，Lord Shiva嗰啲大蟲、嗰啲隨蟲、嗰啲鬼怪嗰啲嚟講，啲鬼魅嗰啲嚟講咧，會係周圍行喺度。咁當佢見到呢一對夫婦嚟講咧，係進行係性行為想係生小朋友嚟講，佢將佢嗰啲咁嘅鬼魂嚟講，就擁佢就成為投胎落去呢啲咁嘅。
So Diti was so much captivated by the influence of Cupid, Kamadev, she did not listen to her husband.
咁但係因為佢太太嚟講時嚟講係被呢個我哋嘅愛神啊 Cupid 嚟講係射一箭喺度影響好大，十分之深係鬼竅喺度啦，佢控制唔到唔知佢自己喺度，於是係纏住佢丈夫。
So it is said in the Bhagavatam that women's sensual desire is 9 times more than the man's sensual desire.
咁喺卜家嘅談嚟講，呢個女性方面嘅一個嘅愛慾嚟講咧，係比男性嚟講係多9倍喺度。
That's why Kardama Muni, when he got married to Devahuti, he expanded himself in 9 forms.
咁當係Kadama Muni 去娶咗呢個地好短時，佢將自己係講成係9個形象。
To fulfill 9 times more desire, sensual desire of his wife,
因為佢
Devahuti.
太太嚟講個9倍嗰個色慾喺度啦，咁於是佢以咁嘅形象嚟講係滿足佢太太喺度。
So here, Kashyapa Muni initially tried to explain to Diti, but she did not listen.
咁其實係 Kashyapa Muni 咧係想解釋俾佢聽嚟講，咁嘅情況係唔係咁好喺度，但係佢太太嚟講唔聽佢講。
So Kashyapa Muni finally had to give in to her desire.
咁最後嚟講咧，Kashyapa Muni 嚟講就滿足咗佢嗰個太太嘅慾望。
So it shows, that even great yogis also, they cannot kind of resist, they cannot control, and they cannot make the rational proper decision when it comes to the material enjoyment.
所以即使一個係瑜伽師都好喺度啦，佢當佢去到呢個物質嘅享樂嗰陣時嚟講咧，有時都未必做到一個正確嘅決定。
But when it comes to a devotee like Haridas Thakur, he was approached by a prostitute, a whore, and she was very beautiful, and she was trying to persuade Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur told her, you wait for some time. And eventually he made that prostitute also as a devotee.
咁但係相反嚟講咧，對一個奉獻者嚟講咧，好似譬如 Haridas Thakur 嚟講咧，佢譬如佢都係俾一個妓女喺度係走去揾佢喺度啦，咁但係佢都會同個婦女講佢你等陣先，等陣先，最後嚟講咧，佢令到呢個妓女嚟講都成為咗奉獻者。
So Kashyapa Muni could not control himself because he also had a strong desire to enjoy with his wife Diti. And then after he sowed the seed into the womb of Diti, he took bath and he continued chanting his Gayatri mantra.
咁於是契濕本尼佢能夠佢自己控制唔到佢自己呢方面嘅一個感官嘅享受啦，於是嚟講佢就係同佢太太嚟講個交合啦。咁最後嚟講咧，佢就係生咗呢個兒子喺度。
But after that whole act was over, then Diti came to her senses.
咁當佢做完呢番嘅個活動之後嚟講咧，跟住佢繼續唱佢自己曼陀羅啊，繼續曼陀羅啦。咁當佢自己出完曼陀羅之後，喺晚上醒覺嚟講，佢就醒覺嚟講咧，點解會係咁樣我咧？
She felt very regretful.
佢覺得佢好後悔喺度，好慚愧點解？
And she asked for forgiveness from her husband.
咁於是佢太太嚟講，明白到佢自己做錯喺度啦，就向佢丈夫嚟講係認錯。
Normally it happens with us also, right? When we get carried away by our whims, our impulsive nature, and we indulge into some activity, later on, when we see the consequences of that activity, then we regret, oh, why did I do that?
因為有時我哋都會咁喺度，當我哋係會係做錯一啲嘢喺度啦，咁當我哋發警覺之後，我哋做錯嚟講咧，咁我哋會覺得係後悔，點解即係知道個結果之後，我哋會感覺後悔。
So modes of nature, they are very powerful.
但物質自然嚟講，佢幾咁之有力嘅。
So especially in Kali Yuga, the mode of ignorance is very strong.
咁尤其是喺卡年代嚟講咧，呢個愚昧形態嚟講係十分之犀利嘅。
When it captures our mind, whatever knowledge we might have, everything is gone out of the window.
當我哋俾佢迷住嗰時嚟講啦，無論我哋有幾多知識都好啦，完全係忘記晒。
So Diti then she felt regretful. She asked for forgiveness. So Kashyapa Muni said, because he told her that because you pushed me to sow the seed in your womb at an inauspicious time, as a result of that, you will get 2 sons, but they will be very great demons.
咁佢由於你佢丈夫就咁同佢講到啦，由於喺呢個唔吉祥嘅時間喺度，你要求我同你交合，咁我播咗種子落你嗰度啦，咁於是嚟講咧，你會係生2個仔喺度，但係呢2個仔嚟講係好犀利嘅惡魔。
But because you regretted, because of your repentance and genuinely realizing your mistake, I bless you that one of your grandsons will be a great devotee of Krishna.
咁於是係由於你之後知道咗自己係錯喺度啦，而向我懺悔喺度啦，咁我亦都係俾個祝福你哋講，你呢個仔嘅孫嚟講咧，其中個孫嚟講咧係一個偉大嘅奉獻者。
And who was that?
咁呢一位係邊個咧？
Hiranyakashipu's son, Prahlad.
呢個就係 Hiranyakashipu 嘅仔 Prahlad Maharaj，
Right?
係咪？
So what we can learn from this incident of which is mentioned in the 3rd canto of the Bhagavatam, that Krishna says if you are in the material world, you want to enjoy material world, enjoy, no problem. But follow the injunctions mentioned in the Vedas.
咁所以呢個我哋學到啲乜嘢咧？就係喺《木加雅談》第3篇講話 ，Krishna 如果話你想喺物質世界享受嚟講，你可以，但係跟隨經典嘅規範守則就去做。
So the activity of procreation, no problem, you can get involved in that. But follow the timings.
咁你可以生小朋友係冇問題喺度，但係你要跟住嗰個時間喺度，知道邊個時間係吉祥。
So at that time, Diti did not follow the timings mentioned in the scriptures, mentioned in the Vedas, and as a result of her mistake, 2 demons were born.
咁由於Diti嚟講，佢唔係跟隨經典入邊所講嗰個嘅教導走去做嗰度咧，於是最後嚟講，佢喺唔吉祥嘅時間嚟講咧，交合於是就生咗2個惡魔。
And in Kali Yuga, nobody follows that.
但係喺卡利年代已經冇人再跟隨呢啲嘢，
So every day, so many demons are born.
所以你見到每一日嚟講有幾多惡魔係出生。
In Satya Yuga, there were only 2 demons. In Kali Yuga, innumerable demons.
咁喺 Satya 只有呢2個惡魔度，但係喺卡利年代嚟講咧，數百萬嘅惡魔。
And the thing is that in Kali Yuga, though people they make mistakes, they commit offenses and all that, they did not have that kind of humility like Diti had to regret, to ask for forgiveness. In Kali Yuga, they say it's very common. Why to ask for forgiveness?
咁喺卡年代嚟講，最大問題就係啲人嚟講犯咗錯嚟講咧，就唔會好似啲鐵嚟講有個懺悔心，而承認自己嘅錯誤喺度。而啲人相對嚟講覺得冇問題啊，我冇做錯喺度。
So because people they don't regret for the offenses they commit, very seldom some devotees are born.
所以由於啲人嚟講咧，係做完之後做錯事嚟講又唔肯認錯啊，冇懺悔喺度嚟講咧，所以喺咁嘅情況底下嚟講，變咗係好少有奉獻者嘅誕生。
So that's why when we see somebody is trying to become a devotee, we should appreciate that person.
所以當我哋係發覺有啲人想成為奉獻者嚟講，我哋應該係好欣慰。
So this also we can learn from Varahadeva's appearance.
所以我哋亦都係從呢個 Varahadeva 嘅一個顯現嚟講當中係學得到。
Like Varahadeva became a rescuer, protector of his devotees.
咁就好似 Varahadeva 嚟講，佢係一個保護佢嘅奉獻者啦。
And he was digging, right? He was digging the earth to bring the earth up to the surface.
咁佢係掘個地下個水底嗰度嚟講咧，係揾翻個地球係救翻出嚟咯。
So we also should dig, we should inspire. We should see what kind of potential a devotee has. And according to that, we should cultivate those qualities in the devotees and help the devotee to progress.
咁所以同樣嚟講咧，當我哋係見到奉獻者嚟講咧，我哋亦都留意點樣係發掘某啲奉獻者嘅長處喺度，你係培育佢呢啲咁嘅長處嚟講咧，等佢成為一個好嘅奉獻者。
We should not become a dragger like Hiranaksha. We should become a digger like Varahadeva.
我哋唔係好似呢個Hiranaksha嚟講，即係一個掠奪者喺度，而係我哋要成為一個係發掘者喺度。
Dragging the person down, dragging the person's heart down by criticizing the person unnecessarily.
呢掠奪者嚟講就會將啲人拱低喺度，係撳低啲人喺度，而係唔會將係掘係刨起啲人喺度。
We should try to dig, try to go into the heart of the devotee, see what good qualities a devotee has, and try to allow those qualities to blossom.
我哋應該係嘗試嚟講咧，係發掘奉獻者嘅內心嗰度啦，睇到啲咩嘅長處，有啲咩好嘅品質喺度，將佢係發掘出嚟，等開花結果。
I have some confusion because before you were talking, you advised that we should fulfill Lord's desire, so we should choose to be the demon and fight with Lord. But you said that Hirayaksha, what they did is not helping people to become devotee. So I feel some conflict between those.
Yes. Yes. Good point. Yes.
咁佢話你又話係滿足主嘅慾望，另一方面嚟講就係呢向向一個係滿足主嘅慾望，另一方面嚟講你又要係點樣去發掘啲人嚟講係成為一個好嘅奉獻者。
So your point is that initially I said that we should fulfill the desire of the Lord.
Be the demon.
Yeah? To become a demon, right?
Demon will not help people to become a good devotee. So they will hurt people also. So what should we do?
Yeah, so I said that we should not become like a demon to harm the devotees. We should not criticize the devotees, right? That's like dragging the person down, right?
Yeah.
Pushing the person down. We should not become like that.
I understand this point.
Yes.
But
Then?
But if at some point we have this opportunity that we should fulfill, such as maybe Lord's desire to be a demon, should we be a demon or be a devotee to help people or to put people down?
Yeah, see now, what you're saying that there's some kind of confusion you have that. On one hand, it is said in the Bhagavatam that one should become, to fulfill Lord's desire, one can become like his enemy. Correct?
Yes.
Can become like his enemy.
Yes.
But then, on the other hand, we are saying that, we should inspire the devotees and help them. So we have to see, we are not in the position of Jay and Vijay. Right? We are ordinary people. So we need to do what is ordinarily, generally required, normally required for ordinary people like us. We should not think that, we are at the level of Jay and Vijay, so we should also do like that. It is not appropriate.
咁佢講話嚟講，即係呢個件事嚟講，點解為咗少少個混亂咧？就係一方面嚟講咧，就係你講到要滿足主嘅慾望，成為一個惡魔喺度；而另一方面嚟講，我哋要係發掘奉獻者喺度，將奉獻者嘅長處點樣係培育出嚟喺度。咁但係首先嚟講就係、我要明白到嚟講，我哋係冇去到咁高嘅位置去齋與齋咁高嘅位置係成為啲咁嘅惡魔，我冇同佢相比喺度，我只係一個普通嘅奉獻者喺度。所以我應該做翻我哋普通奉獻者做嘅，就係點樣係幫其他奉獻者發掘其他奉獻者，唔好同有人殺嗰啲係相比喺度。我哋仲未做到佢哋咁樣喺度。
The difference between Jay and Vijay and us is that Jay and Vijay, originally they were devotees. They became demons because Lord Vishnu wanted them to become demons. In our case, to begin with, we are demons. Right? And the Lord wants us to become devotees. And we are very hesitant. Right? It's contrast.
咁其實就係話齋真係本身嚟講奉獻者，而係主嘅願望，即係佢哋變成嘅，就想佢哋變成惡魔同佢打鬥，所以佢哋咁樣做。但問題嚟講就問題嚟講，其實我哋本身係有惡魔嘅本性喺度，我哋係唔想成為奉獻者，主想我哋成為奉獻者，但我哋仲猶豫緊喺度，好冇做成為奉獻者喺度。
Yeah, still confused because even though the Vijaya they fulfill the desire to fight with the Lord, but if they become demon and actually when they come to the material planet, they also hurt normal people, so makes people suffer. And so that should not.
Yeah, see, can you
咁佢講到話頭先你講到係啊 Jai Vijay 嚟講，佢係主嘅奉獻者。當佢哋落到地球係變咗惡魔時嚟講咧，當佢哋成為惡魔時嚟講，佢亦都會係傷害到其他嘅人，令到其他人嘅痛苦喺度。點解會咁啊？
So your point is, that when they became demons, they came to the material world to fight with Krishna. But while doing so, they caused so much of problem for other devotees, right?
有時嚟講就係話，當佢哋成為惡魔同主打時嚟講咧，咁嘅過程當中嚟講，可能會係做好多嘅好大嘅影響喺度，其他嘅奉獻者，影響其他奉獻者。
See, because their objective was to fulfill the desire of Lord Vishnu.
因為佢嘅目的嚟講就係想係滿足主嘅完成主嘅願望。
So while doing so, if they had to do something apparently which may look like becoming offensive towards devotees, they did it.
咁但係當佢完成呢個主嘅願望嗰時，當中嘅過程喺度咧，或者會係表面上睇起上嚟嚟講會係造成不便或者傷害奉獻者。
Let me finish this. Like on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna, he was instructed by Krishna to fight even with his grandfather, even with his guru. So apparently, materially, if we see, that's a big offense. How can he kill his guru? How can he kill his grandfather, great grandfather? But because it was Krishna's instruction,
Yeah.
correct?
I got it. But in Kurukshetra, such as the Buddha and all the other enemies, because they are not worship Lord Krishna. So at that point, can we see that they are not devotees? So Krishna want to kill them, want Arjuna to kill them. But for the circumstances of Hiranyakashipu and Hiryaksha, those people they hurt. Maybe they are nice people or they are devotee. So I saw that Lord Krishna or Vishnu they love his devotee. So if devotees suffer, I just don't understand why bring a demon to make devotees suffer. That's point.
Very good point. Very, very interesting point. I congratulate for raising this point. Thank you.
咁佢話呢個好好，你帶出呢點嚟講係好好啊！我自己都係高興啦，慶祝你啲帶出呢點喺度，就話點解Krishna 會係令即係揾到奉獻者成為隻惡魔之後嚟講，會係傷害到其他嘅人喺度，照計應該唔會係咁樣做喺度。
So her point is, Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna to fight, and those were not his devotees.
Yes.
Some of them, like Dronacharya, Bhishma Dev, they were his devotees, right? But most of them, they were not.
Yeah.
Correct? But in case of Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, they were harassing the devotees, right?
咁佢其實俾咗呢個富裕之嘢嗰度嚟講，譬如係 Krishna 同阿 Arjuna 同佢祖父啊，曾祖父嗰啲同佢祖父帶上嚟喺度。咁當中對方嚟講，多數係啲有啲係 Krishna 奉，但係大多數唔係 Krishna 奉獻者，所以 Krishna 嚟講會係安排咁樣做嘅。但係講到呢個情況嚟講，就係話而家Hiranyakashipu嚟打嚟講係啲奉獻者嚟嘅。
So see, I want to just share with you one example. Once Krishna got headache.
咁譬如我想同你分享個故事就係有一次 Krishna 頭痛。
So then Narada Muni asked, how can his headache be cured?
咁Narada Muni就講係點樣可以醫翻你個頭痛？
So Krishna said, if you can bring dust from the feet of my devotees, when I apply the dust, my headache will be cured.
咁於是Krishna 就同Narada Muni就咁講，佢話你揾我奉獻者腳下啲泥土嚟講咧，咁就可以醫翻我頭痛嗰度嘅。
So Narada Muni approached many devotees, many great yogis and all that. Everybody said, no, how can we put our dust on the feet from our feet on the head of Krishna? It is a great offense.
咁Narada Muni就接觸所有嘅奉獻者喺度，問佢你可唔可以俾你腳嗰啲泥土喺度俾我，等我攞嚟塗上搽上 Krishna 個頭嗰度，醫翻 Krishna 個頭痛喺度。但係所有奉獻者話點可以咁做喺度啊？好大嘅冒犯嚟喎！將我啲腳嗰啲泥土搽上 Krishna 個頭嗰度點得啊？
And when Narada Muni went and told Gopis, immediately Gopis gave him the Narada Muni asked, aren't you concerned about committing an offense? You may go to hell because of that. They said, we don't care.
咁但係當 Krishna 問到摩高嗰陣時，講摩高就馬上問都冇問，就即係將個腳舉泥土就俾蘭多摩尼。咁嗱，蘭多摩尼就覺得好奇怪喺度啦。佢話：你唔驚咩？你唔驚冒犯嚟講你落地獄喺度咁啊？咁但係啲摩高嚟講，佢話我唔計較喺度，我唔理喺度，總之係醫翻 Krishna 病，我乜都唔理喺度。
As long as it can cure Krishna's headache, after that if we have to go to hell also we go. We will go.
咁佢哋講話只要醫咗 Krishna 個頭痛嚟喺度啦，醫完 Krishna 之後嚟講咧，跟住我落地獄，我哋都唔介意喺度。
And see, when Jay and Vijay, they caused the problems for the devotees in the material world, they created an opportunity for those devotees who were suffering in the material world to go to Vaikuntha planet. They got liberated.
咁即使佢令到一啲所謂頭先你講到一啲人可能受苦啊，或者世界啲嚟講，而呢啲人嚟講咧，最後嚟講係得到解脫翻，係沒有聖宿喺度。
And same thing what I said earlier, that Indra committed an offense. He caused so much of trouble for the devotees. But he created a situation when the devotees came to Krishna, closer to Krishna. So Krishna was very pleased.
咁就好似我頭先講到天帝 Indra 嚟講啦，佢係亦都係俾好多麻煩啲奉獻者，但係佢哋將奉獻者嚟講帶翻 Krishna 一齊喺度嚟講，所以 Krishna 好開心喺度。
So any activity which is pleasing, anukul to Krishna, which is favorable to Krishna, though materially, apparently it may still seem unfavorable for materialistic people like us, right? It may be unfavorable, right? It can be offense. But if it is pleasing to Krishna, one should not hesitate to do that.
但係如果我哋做一啲嚟講，即係嚟講係令到 Krishna 開心或者係取到 Krishna 嚟講咧，咁我哋應該係唔好去猶豫係走去做，或者我哋物質嘅角度或者眼光，我哋覺得係咁樣做好似係唔係咁好喺度感覺到唔係咁好嗰陣時嚟講咧，但係其實當我哋能夠取到 Krishna 嚟講咧，我哋唔應該咁樣諗或者唔
See, we try to analyze these kinds of situations according to our limited understanding, limited knowledge, limited intelligence.
因為我哋只係用我哋有限嘅一個感嘅角度走去睇嘢喺度，我哋有限個感官嚟講去睇呢件事喺度。
Our intelligence, which is influenced by the material way of living, material world's norms.
因為我哋嘅所謂嘅智慧嚟講咧，就係受我哋而家喺呢個物質世界咁嘅環境啦，或者好似認識嚟講係影響。
But when we see from the perspective of Krishna, spiritual perspective, then that intelligence completely get dissolved.
咁當我哋如果用 Krishna 或者靈性角度嗰陣時睇呢件事嗰陣時嚟講，所有呢啲咁嘅問題嚟講就會係解決得到、消除咗。
So when our material intelligence gets dissolved into the spiritual perspective, from understanding from Krishna's perspective, then we have better understanding. Then whatever is happening, we can see it clearly. Then we don't see it's a great offense.
咁當我哋如果有個靈性嘅知識、靈性角度係睇嗰陣時嚟講係消化晒所有呢啲用物質嘅智慧嚟講睇嘢嚟講咧，咁當我睇嘅完全係唔同一樣嘢喺度嚟講，所有嘢你問題就可以解決得到。
But we have to be very mindful. Sometimes it happens that we think that we are devotees, then we have right to hurt other people's feelings and all that. We should be very mindful about this.
但係我哋要係好小心喺度啦，同樣你好小心唔好諗住我哋身為奉獻者嚟講，變咗我哋可以唔理其他人嘅感受喺度，但係我哋唔應該咁樣做喺度，我哋要小心。
We should not say, whatever we are doing to hurt people, it is Krishna's plan.
咁我哋唔好嚟講就係話，我做咗咩嚟講都係 Krishna 嘅意願，令到我咁樣係對人哋喺度，我哋唔好咁樣諗。
We need to qualify ourselves. We need to come to that level where Krishna would like to include in his plan.
咁我哋要做到嚟講就係我哋有咁嘅資格喺度啦，而 Krishna 已經係叫做掌控咗我哋嚟講，我哋做嘅嘢都係 Krishna 底下意願底下所做嘅嘢，唔係我哋自己做嘅嘢。Sometimes
it becomes kind of a thing, that we become very arrogant. Spiritually, we become arrogant. We are Krishna's devotees, so we have very full right, to criticize others.
咁有時我哋會有一個好驕傲自大喺度，就係話我係 Krishna 奉獻者喺度嘅，我有乜權利喺度，或者係教訓一啲人，或者係批評某一啲人喺度。
Till we come to that level, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we should become more tolerant than a tree, more humble than a blade of grass.
所以當我哋時時提醒自己喺度咧，我哋要去到點樣咧？好似一棵樹咁容忍喺度啦，好似一棵草係更加謙卑喺度。
We know these things in theory, but these kind of qualities we expect from others, not in our own self.
咁我哋希望有啲咁嘅品質嚟講到咧，有時或者係發生喺我身上，但係我哋唔好係為咗咁嘢嚟講，係用我哋角度嚟講去睇呢啲咁嘅品質。
We want others to be tolerant of our nonsense, and we want others to be humble in front of us. more than blade of grass.
但係相反嚟講，我哋係寧願點樣咧？希望人哋容忍比我哋更加容忍啊！希望人哋更加比我哋謙卑喺度，而唔係我哋自己喺度。
Right? Charity begins at home. So we need to inculcate these kind of qualities, humility, tolerance, and these kind of qualities also come from the earth, right? We are celebrating Varahadeva's appearance. He brought the earth on the surface to allow the devotees to inculcate the qualities of the earth, tolerance, patience, humility.
所以我哋要培養呢啲咁嘅謙卑啊、容忍呢個心態喺度，而呢啲嚟講就係泥土嗰個地球嘅泥土嘅個品質喺度嘅。咁我哋獻咗呢個Varahadeva嘅日子喺度咧，將個地球帶翻上嚟喺度啦。我哋希望係從中嚟講嗰個啟發嚟講，希望學識點樣培養呢啲咁嘅品質啊。
So it's not only the physical object, earth, Varahadeva brought it up on the surface and placed it at the right place, but he wants us also in our heart to inculcate the qualities and to inculcate those qualities, to bring those qualities up on the surface. If we pray to Varahadeva, they can come up on the surface.
咁所以我哋唔係話淨係喺外在，淨係講呢個地球點樣係提升上嚟喺度，而係我哋都係講到佢內在個品質喺度，咩謙卑啊、容忍啲心態喺度。我哋喺度係透過咁嘅日子咧，向 Varahadeva 禱告，希望係培養到呢啲咁嘅品質。
And one of the qualities of the earth element is consistency, sustaining, maintaining something, retaining something. So what happens in our life, even our devotional life also, sometimes we start something very enthusiastically, but we are not able to sustain that. We are not able to maintain that, retain that. So that consistency also comes from the earth element. And if we pray to Varahadeva, especially on today's day, he will bless us to continue our devotional service.
咁泥土其中一個品質嚟講，就係叫做係始終一次喺度，永遠咁樣就佢唔會係3分鐘熱度喺度。好多時我哋做咩嚟講咧，就一開頭嚟講係一個興致勃勃走去做，但係最後嚟講就會係停咗嚟，唔能夠維持落去喺度。所以呢個我哋要向今日嘅日子喺度咧，向 Varahadeva 嚟禱告啦，希望係俾我哋係始終如一係貫徹咁樣做我哋嘅服務，做我哋嘅收集落去嘅。
You know, symbolically, when that earth element is pushed down to the bottom of the ocean means, in a way, it implies anxiety, depression, unclear feeling, foggy feeling.
咁水嚟講咧，亦都係嚟講就一個叫做係憂慮喺度啊，前景唔明朗喺度啊，迷茫啊咁嘅個象徵係喺度。
You know, when there is too much of water element, too much fog, we don't see things clearly. We cannot see things clearly.
好似譬如太多霧啊，太多啲咁嘅水氣嗰陣時嚟講咧，我哋睇啲嘢嚟講唔會好清楚喺度。
So when, by the mercy of the Varahadeva, you know, when we transcend, we go beyond this confusion, anxiety, depression and all that, then we can see things clearly.
咁當我哋如果係得到主嘅個 Varahadeva 嘅恩賜喺度咧，我哋係超越提升自己喺度啦，跟住嚟講你變咗唔會受呢啲咁嘅嘢嚟講會係影響啦，可以睇啲嘢好清楚喺度。
Then the brightness of knowledge, bright consciousness, you know, can help us to advance spiritually.
咁比較光明嘅一個意識知覺啊，呢咁嘅知識嚟講咧，係幫我哋係提升我哋喺靈修方面嘅一個進步。
Is it clear?
Can I understand that from as a devotee we meet some bad people, such as we call it demon or something. If they hurt us and we feel some difficulties or some obstacles in our life, maybe it's an arrangement by the Lord and to make us more tolerant and surrender with God and hold on His lotus feet and give us a opportunity that the Lord will save us. So it's an opportunity to make us elevate. Can we see these things from this point?
Yeah.
我哋可唔可以要咁樣睇？你講就係譬如我哋碰到一啲唔好嘅人，或者你講惡又好，或者啲唔好嘅人或者壞人都好喺度啦。咁係咪其實主一個安排嘅機會俾我哋做到我哋訓練我哋更加係容忍更加嚟講係謙卑喺度，係幫我哋喺靈性方面嚟講可以係得到一個進步喺度。係咪主一個咁嘅安排咧？可以咁睇咧？
See, you know, humility. You're talking about the tolerance, and the tolerance comes from humility. Humility is a prerequisite in spiritual life.
咁佢講到譬如謙卑喺度或者用嘅嚟講咧，喺靈修生活嚟講係至為重要。
provided it is seen as a genuine humility and it is appreciated by others.
咁其實呢個係真正嘅一個如果真正一個品質嚟講咧，我哋係會好欣賞喺度。
If someone takes undue advantage of the humility, then we should put our foot down.
但係我哋要認清楚喺度啦，一個人如果係佔你便宜喺度啊，覺得你好似好蝦喺度啊，好謙卑嚟講咧，咁我哋要分清楚，唔好咁樣做喺度。
Our Gurudev, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, once he said, humility, when it is perceived by the other person as stupidity, then we should put our foot down.
咁我哋嘅老師咧，Tamal Krishna Goswami 講到啦，當你嘅個謙卑喺度，而人哋覺得嚟講係一種好咁揾笨嘅方法嗰時嚟講咧，你要將呢啲咁嘅所謂謙卑嚟講要放低喺度，唔好俾佢。
Humility does not become, like we should become so stupid. We have to still use our intelligence. And according to the situation, time, place, and circumstances, we have to use it.
咁我哋所嘅謙卑嚟講，亦都係根據時間啊、地方唔同嘅人嚟講咧，係展示出嚟喺度嘅，要有智慧喺度嘅。
If someone is hurting us, someone is causing problems unnecessarily, and we try to become tolerant and allow that person to keep on doing that, we are not doing any favor to that person. We are actually encouraging that person to keep on doing the nonsense things. Now today he's doing the thing to us, tomorrow he may do the same thing to somebody else. Right?
咁當好似譬如有啲人係做一啲唔好嘅嘢、冒犯啊、語言啊或者咩嘢喺我哋身上嗰時嚟講咧，咁如果我哋用緊佢嚟講，你要記住喺度，當佢對你咁做嚟講，佢唔單止對你喺度，聽日可能佢對第二個都係會咁樣做喺度。
So when we raise any objection, the reason behind raising the objection also has to be genuine.
咁我哋會拒絕喺度啦，或者係唔俾佢咁樣做喺度嚟講，咁背後哋有個原因喺度嘅。
It's not only limited to us, if somebody is hurting us, our personal feelings and all that, we should not object just because of that limited kind of reason, only for us. If it is affecting somebody else also, then we should raise the objection.
咁我哋應該咁樣睇嚟講，唔單止係為咗我自己限制，佢咁做係對我唔好喺度啊，我覺得唔好感受，想我哋阻止佢咁做嚟講，因為記得唔想去。除咗我之外，對其他人都係咁樣做喺度，所以我哋係咁樣做阻止佢。
Krishna told Arjuna to fight, not only just to get their kingdom back, not only to revenge the insult which Kauravas inflicted on Draupadi, not only that. He said,
Krishna 嚟講叫阿尊拿打嚟講咧，唔係為咗嚟講就係佢攞翻去個王國嗰度咧，或者嚟講佢就係報仇喺度，因為佢哋侮辱阿 Draupadi 喺度。
He said if a crown prince like Duryodhana could insult, humiliate a woman, Draupadi, in presence of so many senior people, if he becomes the emperor tomorrow, women will not be protected. Right? That's why Krishna said that I want Maharaj Yudhishthira to become the emperor. To establish him, epitome of the piety, righteousness, religious principle, to establish him as the emperor, he told Arjuna, you to fight.
咁因為佢話你見到就阿杜蘭丹嚟講能夠係可以當眾咁多人面前羞辱Draupadi 喺度咧，咁如果呢個人嚟講當有一日做咗皇帝嗰時嚟講，變咗女性嚟講係冇得保障喺度，所以佢話寧願嚟講要啲樹嚟講成為一個國王喺度，跟住可以緊守呢個宗教嘅原則喺度，所以佢就要阿尊拿或者咁嘅原因嚟打呢場仗喺度。
If you fight for your selfish reason, that's a sin. But if you fight for re-establishing the religious principles for the whole society, for the sake of whole society, that same activity, though activity looks the same, but that same activity will be liberating.
咁如果你做一個活動嗰時嚟講，即係譬如話打呢場仗嚟講，或者個人自私嘅行為而喺度做嗰時嚟講咧，會就構成一個罪惡喺度。但係如果你為咗係其他人整個社會嚟做嚟講咧，呢方面嘅一個活動嚟講，令到你得到解脫同埋提升。
Is that clear? Good. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. It is really too late. Thank you very much for making it very interactive, raising very relevant points. So you also are trying to dig more and more.
咁好多謝係好有趣互動嘅一個問題喺度啦。咁希望你都能夠可以發掘更多嘅一啲咁嘅潛質喺度。
Enlightenment of Varahadeva ki.
Varahadeva ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
So this is a very nice question.